Well, anyway, you know the drill. Carry on doing this. I'm going out tomorrow, which is Sunday, Easter Sunday, so I don't think we'll see any progress. So, will this dead bumper rise again on the Monday? Let's hope so. Right, anyway, I'm going to crack on. So, it's nearly tea time. Get yourselves a cup of tea. Be nice to see you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your comments. This is part 3, so you've seen part 1 and 2 already. Thanks for the comments. It's yeah, thanks. I don't think the facelift bumper fits because I think there's cutouts for the bigger headlights. So, but I'm not entirely sure. But it looks different. It looks far too different to be useful. I'm trying to keep it original, literally original, as much as I can. Yeah, I know there's too many lights and too many mud flaps, but there's nothing there I can't take off if necessary. I'm trying to keep it original, so that hence one of the reasons why I'm bothering with this. Yeah, I do know you can't polish a turd. You can sprinkle some glitter on it. See you in a bit. Oh, good morning, fellow dudes. It's Monday. In fact, it's Bank Holiday Monday, if there's any banks left. And what the few that are left, they're on holiday today. It's Bank Holiday, Easter Monday. Good day at Fort Paul yesterday. Film of that to follow. But finished rubbing down. It doesn't matter if it's raining or not. And yeah, I can finish this off. Give that a rub down. Give that. Let me tidy that up. To be fair, I think that went quite well. Depends what happens when we put a screw in it and we fasten to the bumper. We'll see what happens then. That's the true test. Right. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with this. Just a few bits I need to do, and then there's another little job we need to have a look at. Right, so I'll see you in a bit. This is a boring bit anyway. Hi dudes, rain stopped play again for the moment. However, there are some little other odds and ends to tidy up. I need to rub that down, that's one of them. The other one was, if you remember, this is the good one which I took off the driver's side. I had a broken lug. Oh, I need to fix that on properly. I've glued it in position for the moment with a bit of super glue, to be fair. I thought, of course, it'll be all right. There'll be nothing to worry about. However, just to be on the safe side, I thought I'd do the old sticker staple in it and weld it up. So I'll get on with that. I'll start with one in here. I can get it lined up. Right. Alright, that's that bit. Need to get one in there without breaking the glass. Yeah. Right, clip the nubbinses off, And I think that should be okay, he said, hopefully. Right, so it's coming together. Now there was one other thing. I thought it would be cool to have extra like side light in here, so you could have it lit up without the main light being on. So I put my mind to that. It took a bit of thought, to be fair, because it's a sealed unit. It's designed to be sealed because it's the first thing that'll get dunked when you go in the water, because it's underneath the valance. So that's what caused a bit of a problem. That's why it's vented, and this is sealed. However, the interior of the light lends itself to perhaps drilling a little hole, fitting a bulb holder, and have that on a separate switch, or like a DRL. So I thought I looked into that. As it happened, guys and gals, I had one of these. Just so happens. Been kicking about for a few years, you know how it is, that's why you keep stuff. So, simple enough. I worked out this is the best one to drill it into, because it's actually that way around. And you have to make it so you can get to it when it's in the vehicle. You don't want to have to take the bumper off just to change a bulb. So I figured it would go in there. Comes through nicely. Will come out in this area here and will light up the inside of the bulb. Now the problem with these are indicators. These are 5 watts. 1 watt. And that's just not bright enough. So I had a look online. I found a 10 watt in that shape. And then when I went to buy it later on, couldn't find it again. Pretty marvellous. But I came across a 16 watt. These are DRLs. I assume with 16 watts are brighter than the usual side light. So DRLs. However, because of its slightly bigger diameter, because it's a little fat bulb, you have to have a bigger hole, which wouldn't work. So it's going to have to be a tight fit. So that's where you got the rubber grommets on. Got to be a tight fit. Pop in, squeeze around. It's got 2 little nubbins on there, and that's what's going to hold it in. So I need a 12mm drill bit, which I haven't got. I shall have to buy one. So I hope they do them. But the idea is when it's lit up, it'll light up the back area and shine through, hopefully. And then you can, hopefully it'll be bright enough to actually use it as a DRL perhaps. I don't know. I just think it'd be cool. So it's what I've been looking at, but like I said, the problem is it's got to be sealed, so whatever is done has to be a good seal. So I've been experimenting. And this is the result so far. That's the approximate hole. Now that's with a 10mm drill. And of course you have to wheedle it about, and then you don't end up with a round hole. We end up with something similar. So that'll go in there. Press and twist. And hopefully, if I can get all the holes in the right place, that will be the result. And that should be fairly stable, and it should be quite well sealed. So I've got two washers on, 2 rubber O-rings. Now the idea intentionally was to, because how these work is to go into a sliding hole, and it kind of like a bayonet fitting. So how do you create a bayonet fitting on the inside of a bulb you can't get to? So I did try it. Melted a hole and ended up with a little raised bit, which actually works, but it wouldn't work. With this bit I can get to each side. The inside of the bulb I can't. They don't come apart unless you release the bonding, and that's a whole new kettle of fish, and we don't want to go there. We just don't want to go there. We just want something simple, bit of a hole, press in, twist. Hopefully jobs are good, and it'll be relatively waterproof, and it'll be sat there with this little fat bulb. Now the problem here now is this is going to have to be in place, and then I'll have to fit the bulb from the inside of the light like so, because this big hole's bigger, and you don't want it too big for the bulb, and then it'll be too big for the holder, and then you get water coming in. So that's going to be fun. So there you are with your bulb holder, trying to get a bulb in, if it's even possible. Now if I find that 10 watt one, 10 watt might do. It's not as good as a 16, but it might do. Now the danger with this, oh, drop me here. What's it? Danger here is it will go too far in. You won't be able to have room for the bulb as well. It's difficult to show. When it's at full stretch, it's going to be quite close. Now that could be the other problem with it being a 16 watt. It's going to get hot, and this is only a 5 watt bulb holder, so it might melt that, and it could melt anything else that's in range. So right, I'm going to have to move that wire out the way. We don't want to be melting them, so this is going to be somewhere down there, poking through on the inside, hopefully leaving enough room. Right, okay, I've just had another idea. Instead of going in the back, why don't we go in the side? Except we're on a curve. That's a whole new kettle of fish. Then I suppose Bob's your uncle really. Why are you going from top? Either way, with a big bulb it's going to be difficult. You're going to have to get to the bulb. Unless I can have a look online and see if we can find some more 10 watt that size, in which case I won't need to. I'll reload it from this side. I can just pop it straight through. Right, so if that went in there through that side, that wouldn't work because the bulb is too far in. Now you could just glue it, perhaps there, and then you'd never be able to change the holder if it melted. Now I'm just thinking out loud here. It's almost there, but it's going to be quite close to this. It's going to be quite hot. I know that one gets hot, but you don't use it you don't use your fog lights all the time, do you? So anyway, that's the plan. Somewhere or another, I'm going to get another bulb in these, and that looks like that's okay now. So it's still tiddling down. I haven't got the right size drill anyway, so that's temporarily on hold. So you couldn't just put the hole straight through there because it's straight into the switch, so that wouldn't work. Yeah, okay, leave that with me. Whew, a lot of thinking there going on. Far too much thinking. Need some more tea. Right, tea's up. Put my stuff away. See if I can get a 12mm drill. I've had to look at my toolbox. I haven't got one. So all the sets seem to stop at 10. So Let's hope they do a 12mm drill. Right, so the bumpers out there getting washed. I'm going to go for a cup of tea. This is it for now. See you in a bit. Hi dudes. Time to do some spraying, I think. Bugger. That was my only can. Right, I can see that bit needs some work. It down there needs work. Did it down there, so I thought I'd have more room. I was wrong. A bit there. Ooh, there's a nasty bit there, look. Didn't get that right. And that there. That looks nasty. Bit there. Right. Wasn't going to bother about the rivets. I was going to fill them originally, but then I changed my mind, got fed up with filling, so I'm just going to leave it with that steampunk look. I also figured if people are laughing so much at the rivets, they won't notice the crapness of everything else. A bit of crack there, eh? Right, after leave that dry. Right, I hope one can would do. I didn't want to have to buy another one. It's not blooming cheap. Right, okay. Don't know why I bother with these masks, because they're chuffing useless. How people ever thought they could stop germs, the chuffing beats me. They can't even stop dust. Right, I'll let that dry. And we'll birds are feeding. Yeah, I'm here. Don't they see me? Right, anyway, never mind that. Okay, let's let that dry, then we can rub it back with the bits I can find and go from there. Hey up, welcome back. Oh, by the way, this is the next day from last time. Back to rubbing down. That's dull and boring, so you don't need to see that. Just going to cover these bits. The bits I've missed. I might have to put some more filler in occasionally. Some bits down here. Might be quicker to do that than rub it back. Anyway, I'll do this. You crack on, do something productive. I'll see you in a bit. Here we go again. I've only got one can, so I'm going to have to be careful. Right. see you shortly. Right, painting finished for today. That don't look too bad. However, sorry to report, can't say the same thing for the main bit. Now, if you've been following along, you'll know that I got some paint to do some touching up on an area around the windscreen, and it didn't match. But I had some left. I thought, well, yeah, might as well use it somewhere. Used it on here, but as you can see, it's reacted in that area, so that's going to have to come off. And I don't want to have to buy another can if I can avoid it, because it's not the right stuff. Last time I got one, got it from Halfords. Absolutely spot on. It was a perfect match. I knew then I should have got a rattle can, but I didn't. And because now they don't do it anymore. Nope, no more paint mixed up. Halfords, which is a blooming shame, because they were really good at it. So I got this one off Tinternet, and it doesn't match. From where this is to where the rest of the body is, you probably get away with it, but from the bit they used on the windscreen, you can obviously tell. Spot the touch up. So that's what we're left with. It seems you can see every blemish. We've got drips, we've got runs. Even the proper curry runs would have been nice. Every blooming blemish. Flipping heck. But we're running out of time, running out of inclination, and it's just clearly completely run out of talent. Now this is going to have to come off again. And I'm just hoping there's enough left in the can to finish that off. Things with bodywork like this, it could go on forever. And this all looks okay, and then suddenly as soon as you get paint on, rubbish. So that's going to be tomorrow's job. I'll try it harden. It runs in the black. More runs than a rampant curry house. So we end this day, which is Tuesday, on a sad note, because this is nowhere near as good as I saw it in my mind. I think that might be the problem. It's been overthinking. Right, okay, let's try again tomorrow. Get this rubbed down. Let's see if we can get at least a semblance of non-wrinkly paintwork. Flipping heck. Anyway, see you in a bit. Hi dudes, happy St George's Day. Watch out for them dragons. Right, final coat's gone on. Got some more filler, rubbed it down. I did all that, it didn't have to be on camera. I'm pretty rubbish at this anyway, to be quite honest. Well, that's it, I'll have to wait while it sets till I pull the paper off, which is probably stuck to the black. I'll probably pull the black off, so I have to do the black again, blah blah blah. You know what it's like. Right, anyway, there we go. On St George's Day, this bit of the bumper is finished. Well, it'll never really be finished, but it'll chuffing do. That's the alternative. Right. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Just waiting for some new bulb holders to go in the fog lights, because some little ones little rubber ones you can get on eBay are only 10mm wide, whereas the ones I've got are 12, so I'll have to buy a new drill. But I didn't have to buy a new drill if I got these bulb holders instead, so I'm waiting for them. And then we can do that. and then that's it. It's all done. We can pop it back on. Put all the bits in. Doesn't look too bad. It'll blooming do anyway. Okay, so today is St George's Day. Happy New Bumper. And that'll do for now. See you in a bit. Oh, well up Dubs, how's it going? This is the day after. Time's running out now. We've only got one day left to get this thing finished and on the vehicle. Oh, right, so painting's done. I've run out of paint anyway, so that's, as far as I'm concerned, it's over. Just reassembly and yeah, drive. Yeah, what? You want to have a look? Really? It's rubbish. Well, okay, seeing as it's you. There we go. This isn't the angle you'll see from when it's on the car, so... Right. Hopefully it'll blooming look better. So, rivets, that's which direction is that? So people look at that and think, ah, what a rubbish repair, and they'll ignore everything else which is really rubbish. That's the theory anyway. Right, anyway, that's it. This is it, painting's over, time to reassemble. So that'll be in the next video. Right, so end of part 4. Thanks for watching, thanks for your comments. Have a good day. Don't get lost or squashed.